Studio Ghibli or something? What the hell's with this music?
What?
Is this Studio Ghibli or something? What's with this music?
I know, right? Joe Hisashi, what? No.
Wow.
Alright, let's continue. So, yes, where we left off here at,
Where you left
we
off.
went to the Ding Dong Dell, we went to Deep Dark Wood.
Ding Dong Dell and Deep Dark Wood.
Yeah.
It's a lot of deeps.
Also,
a lot of
Deep
D's.
Dark
Just a lot of D's.
Wood.
Deep Dark Dong Dell.
Ah, yes, the true crossover. Okay, so we went to the save point. And we go to the consult the journal. Okay, so
See,
last
Link's
one.
Awakening needs this.
Yeah,
Because I don't know
right?
where the hell I was going for a little bit.
Mm. Oh, head deeper into the woods. And yeah.
Well, there you go.
Excellent. Okay, so we go
Thanks,
back to the Guardian.
conspicuous text box.
So we fight the Guardian. Oh yeah. They had pointed out that we had to fight a Guardian in the previous
Yeah,
chapter,
This does feel very Tales-esque.
right? Although the world feels more alive, they put more attention to it.
Right, and there's
The
bread
Tales
instead of
games.
gels.
Yeah, right. Well, it's
Which
like,
is that just sounds much more appetizing.
you can move the camera freely, which is like something that they added onto like Zisteria and like.
Oh,
Berseria
yeah,
and all that,
yeah.
Which I want to play Berseria for sure. They put it on the PS4. I really should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to try. Was it? It came out for the Zisteria.
Zisteria, yeah,
I
I
wanted
have
to
it
try
on my
that
PC.
one. I wanted to try that.
We can do a recording of it sometime, maybe. That'd be good. It's a fun game, and it's got a great opening theme.
I still have to finish Vesperia.
Oh, Vesperia? It's good. It's good.
I've played it a couple times. I used to play it with a buddy of mine,
Mm.
and because he was obsessed with the Tales series, which I mean makes sense. They're
I was
fantastic.
They're so good.
Because I played the first. I didn't play the first game because the first game was.
But yeah, the GameCube
I played
one,
Tales of Symphonia
Yeah.
with him, and I also played 2 with him. Tales of Symphonia 2.
Yeah.
And then we played Vesperia all the way through a couple times. We played it on like the hardest difficulty.
Okay.
Like it was the hidden difficulty that they had.
One-
We didn't make it through that final boss. I know like later on, he did,
Yeah.
but I never did it with him.
You're
He
saying for
Duke.
Symphonia? Or
no in Vesperia. Duke.
Vesperia.
We had
Oh
to
yeah,
fight
the
Duke.
final boss, like, actually, before the final boss, like, there are a couple bosses that genuinely pull off some ridiculous bullshit when it comes to just, like, just overpowered moves that just completely take you out of the battle, and you're just like, well, that's not fair. And, yeah, it's incredibly frustrating dealing with that kind of thing. And, whereas, like, Symphonia, the final bosses were a joke. They were a yoke.
Was that even on the hardest difficulty?
Well, Mania? No, it was the next highest one that, like, that was the first playthrough I did.
Oh, okay.
Mania was, like, obviously everything was ridiculously jacked up.
Yeah.
Mania mode is one of the hardest, like, action RPG, I mean, aside from going into, like, Dark Souls and all that.
Yeah.
Because New Game Plus is just like, even though that one's not too bad, honestly.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
especially because you can spend all your grade and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, for Tails, it's just like you can spend your grade, and it's just like in general though, like you can just grind honestly, and you can get the
Yeah.
best weapons, and you'll eventually make it through. And frankly, it's just like in Mania, you actually have to use your mastery of the free roaming battle system a little bit more, to your advantage, as opposed to just relying on your stats to carry you the rest of the way.
Yeah.
All right, so. I agree. Like this, Drippy's just hammering all the facts here, and I'm just making sure that like we're keeping track. But yeah, so whispering waterfalls onto the Guardian Woods. Okay, so yeah, we're
Let's
just
go
like
help old Treebeard, man.
Treebeard and Treebeard Duckface.
Treebeard Duckface, that's right.
Yes,
Oh, they even had he has a little skipping animation. Friend, Kappa.
we're gonna kill this Kappa. Put a Kappa.
That's a
in his
teeny
ass.
bopper.
Let's do it.
What about it is a teen or a bopper?
All
Alright, so this is the summon Mighty, and then you play as Mighty.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Wow.
Even though Mighty's weaker, but like the idea is, yeah, you take your licks,
He's just so mighty.
and then he gets an additional attack and he kills.
Look at the shield on it. Look at the cute little. He's so cute.
It's great. I
He's
love
even
it.
wearing like suspenders.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
he's adorable. The simplified expression on the face is just like a bit much, but at the same time, it's just like, Like,
well, I
it's the
mean,
kind
but
of thing that you
that's
can get away
very
with.
that's very Ghibli.
Yeah,
that
it's the
kind of
kind of
thing.
thing you can get away with Ghibli, but like when you put it into a creepypasta, it's just like no.
Oh, that's the
please.
best. That's the best.
Yeah. All right, so we go.
Those are the best. I love eating the creepypastas.
Oh yeah. Well, did you ever watch Channel Zero? It's based off of creepypasta stories, and it's awesome.
I didn't watch that.
It's on Sci-Fi Network. I remember watching through the first season even. It's just like it's Candle Cove, so it's a story of just like these this child psychologist basically who goes back to his hometown where children had been disappearing after like basically having watched this children's like puppet series. It's like a called I think it's called Candle Cove. I can't remember exactly. And they're like the puppets are a bit unsettling in design.
Yeah.
But when it gets freaky is when they bring it onto the screen where like he has his nightmare sequences where the puppets appear in full like life size, and it's actually horrifying them appearing from the shadows. I'm like, oh my god, they should not be that size,
Right.
It's so crazy how easily you can build tension with just a little bit of ominous music and lighting. It's amazing.
Oh, and my thing is too. I prefer when a lot of them like the movies and stuff like that. They don't use music in like scenes.
Oh, like they use
well, I guess,
ambience of like the atmosphere.
yeah, where as opposed to like the the ever so present jump scares and
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
sound
Like you can
cues.
use jump scares and like like what they'll do is they'll kind of quick cut a quick sting. I guess
well,
they
because there's
call it,
nothing
the
more
music.
unsettling than just nothing.
Well, the silence is one thing, but if you play a nice little score that builds, that's also cool because it's supposed to build the tension. You die with Mighty. I thought you just let Mighty go and just go nuts.
Well, that's rude.
There are 45 guilders. That's what your money is. They're guilders.
Gilders.
Ah, man. Okay, well that's fine. Trial and error. This is the first game over of the game. Still though, like the combat feels pretty satisfying. Again, yeah, very Tales-like, although it's with a bit of Final Fantasy sprinkled in with the way the timer factors in.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna complain though. I think it's kind of nice.
Well, I mean that was one of my favorite mechanics about Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, well
The
the
time
ATB system.
mechanic and the ATB for that. Yeah, I mean for that game specifically, I think is one of my favorite ones.
My absolute favorite is still Final Fantasy 3/6.
Oh yeah, I will
Because
because
you'll always call it 6 because that's
I will always call-
chronologically correct. I just remember like when I was first introduced to it, it was literally like I still have my cartridge. Yeah, Final Fantasy 3.
yeah I know Final Fantasy 3 as legit Final Fantasy 3.
Oh, it's Final Fantasy purist over here.
Well, I mean that's
It's true, though,
That's
you're
the
right.
that's the one I played.
Yeah.
Because I played it on the DS when it came out.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
And it was really good.
It was really good.
Then
The
they
end
made a
game
mobile
sucked.
version of it, and it was just kind of watered. What?
The end game in that game sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to the Crystal Tower was bullshit.
Yeah.
But the rest of the game was fun. I mean, I love the job system. The job system was what made Final Fantasy for me.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
love
it's-
that.
It's
Because
funny because like
you can modify. You basically get to modify your stats however you want.
yeah, no, like and that was nice because you tailored to the type of role you wanted to play, which was literally like the point of an RPG.
Except for when they forced you to use certain abilities, like you actually had, in the one fight there was a fight against a flying creature. You had to use Dragoon.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, like certain character. That was the same thing in Final Fantasy VII. It's just like certain bosses required you to use certain moves
Materia.
to materia, or just like you had to take certain approaches. Like it wasn't.
Well, you
really-
had to use Omni Slash against.
Well, yeah, you had to use Omni Slash against Sephiroth,
right?
Or it's
Yeah.
just like you had to use lightning against machine bosses. There was
Right.
no
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
way
Well,
around it.
they was gonna say, yeah, they had exploits for certain enemies.
That's the thing. Like exploits are one thing, but I mean, just like I always, when it comes to RPGs, I feel like there should be an approach where if you take any approach, if you're built toward it, you should be able to get some degree of success.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
that's
you
what I like
could
about-
kill all those bosses.
You could kill them, but it was
It would took a
ordeal.
long time.
Well, it's just like in Deus Ex.
The
it
first time I
favors-
played Final Fantasy VII, the first boss I killed just by hitting him.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because otherwise they tell you to use Bolt or Bolt 1. Okay, so tricks.
Yeah, because I didn't even think about it, and then obviously I watched the Mission Bridge and just like,
Hmm.
huh, who would have thought that lightning would hurt a robot? Everyone would think to do that.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so we're going to continue this one in the next session. All right, thanks for watching, folks. We will get into this soon. We're going to learn how to use tricks with our familiars and hopefully get to the end of this first dungeon.
Wow.
Thank you very much for watching.
Awesome.
Take care, folks.
Goodbye.
Bye.